Hello everybody, this is the July 2024 Psychic Insight and Predictions. Now, similarly to June, there's going to be a sense of awakening going on. And I feel that some are going to be left flabbergasted. There seems to be a second reawakening for some. There's a sense of offloading burdens that really do not need to be kept hold of anymore. There's going to be secrets that come out for many and a sense of distancing for others. I feel like they're showing me a defragmentation of the universe and a new universal way coming into force, which we are being now asked to play by alternative rules than we have done in the past. New formats, reformations, reenactments that have been played out over and over again will be completely altered and be seen in a different light. Now, I do see some calls to emergency action, a sense that we all, some of us have to kind of answer the soul calling now. It's not like a necessarily receiving calls, emergency calls from loved ones or anything like that. This is more like a call to emergency to deal with a battle, to deal with an argument. And if you do, then there will be an unexpected blessing that comes with it. I feel like this is the time to resolve arguments, to forgive, forget and move on. We need to let go of our anger because August, there is another reformatting coming, and this is linked to the eclipses, and they're showing me a heavenly descent, some new light order coming through, which is again going to change the minds of millions. It's going to change some of the forces of nature. Now that sounds kind of bizarre, but it's almost like some of the natural things are going to take an about turn. So you may see, I'm seeing where natural habitat is maybe a lot smaller and is less defined, becoming more vibrant, more expansive, like in prehistoric times when there was enormous, the T-Rexes and the, you see on films, don't you, with the giant bees and things. You will have already seen things change. You may have seen a huge bee while you were out, or, bigger insects than normal. And this is because the generation and the life, the cycle is changing all over the earth. And what I'm seeing is it's like a wave, a breeze coming across, a new wind, a warm wind. And as it comes across the world, it completely changes the perspective of everything. And where everything was at our fingertips, as in technology, distribution, the ease of maybe contacting, texting, messaging, all that kind of things that's been given to us as like a gift to use in the best way. I feel like there's going to be a change there where it's less easy. Now, we could put this down to, the Brexit situation, Brexit, sorry, not Brexit, where, the European, things changed in the UK and Europe, and where it was much easier access, that changed, things like mobile phones, data, that kind of thing. So we could put it down to that, but I'm seeing something much, much greater, almost like a blackout or an energy crisis where things, we're really being called to look at what we used to use. It's like I'm seeing people flicking on an old torch where they used to use their phone, or like now we use our phones as torches. It's like digging back, going into the garage and digging out that old lantern that has been sitting there for years that we never really make use of. It's almost like a reminder of what we have. So some of this will be technical things and useful things that we use day to day and practical items and assets, and the other thing will be the things within us. And I've talked about this a lot, that we're now being called upon our natural abilities and creativity. And I've myself, had this sense of just complete clearing. It's like a voice saying, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. You don't need it. And on the next path, everything needs to be lighter. Because if you're feeling lighter, then it's easier to move around. If you've got a great big backpack on and you're carrying everything from one place to another, you're just literally taking all your stuff with you. Now, it's like they say, when you move house or you move country, if you haven't dealt with issues, you're just going to carry them with you. So this is a call to offload anything that is weighing us down. And because there's like a spark of new inspiration coming in July, around the second week, mid-July. I'm getting kind of the 21st, actually, even going on to the 25th, where, a lot of new inspiration could spark. There's new things kind of cropping up in the media, unexpected events, turnarounds. I'm seeing something change in a big concert or a massive event happening. I'm getting kind of Japan, but I'm also getting kind of Australia, somewhere further away from me anyway, where the balance was tipped. Something changed. Like there's going to be some kind of, again, I'm getting an energy loss, like all the lights going off, and then suddenly, because there's no light, they just create a candle light effect, something which is, the natural flame, which brings in a completely different energy and warms the environment. And I'm seeing like this kind of catwalk situation, which is lit up by Roman candles, and people clapping because there's, they saved the day. We didn't all just rely on the electricity. Someone comes up with an idea and says, well, why don't we do this? And it just becomes more creative and more inspirational, and it kind of starts a trend as well. And this is how trends start, from something that maybe goes wrong, something that comes to light suddenly, and then everyone goes, oh, that's so cool, let's do that. It's like when it's having geeky fashion. Geeks were named geeks because they were supposed to be the underdog, as opposed to be, they're not trendy, they're not cool. And then, all this fashion comes in and makes it cool, like Harry Potter becomes cool with glasses. It wasn't cool to wear glasses at one point. So there's a lot of things changing. I do see wealth coming up. I'm seeing unexpected winners, people suddenly changing their circumstances, literally going from rags to riches, which is a really cool thing, and positive movement forwards, and people that haven't been able to make changes for a long time actually being able to kind of step up and do some huge projects and take on some wonderful opportunities. There is a sense of stopping, though. I've got stopping around truth, and I think that this is a message that's be your truth, speak your truth, but be aware that some people are unable to take the truth. But if you've been holding back because of upsetting someone, sometimes that's the answer, all right? Because I've got kind of a negative thing. I think it's more about if you're holding back because you don't want to offend, then that isn't the right reason to do something. Again, it's completion, letting go of what you're holding on to. Don't keep letting it fester, move on. This is a time of resurrection. I've got the Phoenix here. I've got expansion. I've got I've got some big commitments, contracts coming where it comes to, countries and areas, treaties, that kind of thing. Some really, really big decisions coming. And I do see something in Parliament, someone standing up and everyone kind of coming behind and saying, yes, this is what we want. We're kind of fed up with this now. We're fed up with the fight. We just want to get on with it, because all we're doing is going from left to right all the time and tossing a ball back and forth, but we're not really doing anything. So I do see some opportunities happening. You may feel out of sorts about certain things. You may be questioning a holiday. Be playful. Keep sowing those seeds. Keep, being fruitful, and always be aware that there's learning. So don't shut your heart off unnecessarily. Just be open to forgive and to move forwards. So I hope this finds you well. If you want to download my app, you'll find a lot of interesting things there. That's Wellness Wonderland. Just go to the description box and you can get some discount readings there as well. But the link to the website is below.